Wallflowers garden. This morning, sat with a cup of coffee. I watched a couple of videos, type of people I like to watch. So I watched a video by a guy called Tony C. Smith, always a good watch. I recommend you go over to his channel and see what type of stuff he's doing. But today he picked his broad beans and removed his broad bean plants. His were actually volunteers, he hadn't even planted them. And another guy I watch quite regularly is a guy called Conversation Shed. Go over to his channel, have a look at his stuff. He's a good guy. Today he picked his broad beans and he removed all the plants. I'm actually going to try and pick the broad beans and see if there is any little ones that'll flush further, or if there is another flush. Not really supposed to pick your broad beans in the wet weather, but it's the perfect time for me to do it today because I want to take the broad beans and then I want to make hummus, store that in recycled pots and then keep it in the freezer. So we shall begin. These are the broad bean plants. I'm going to give them a twist, pull them off the plants. There's some nice broad bean plants, pods. So hopefully there's quite a lot for me to pick today. I'll open one so you can actually see the size of the beans. Really nice size bean. Make a meal of it. So there we have 3 really nice sized broad beans, which, as I say, I'm going to make hummus with today for my husband. So I should continue to take all the broad beans off. See, there's a nice, is that a leaf? No, there's a nice baby one coming next, so hopefully by not removing the plants I might get a second flush of the beans yet. Trying to be as gentle as I can with the plants. Wow, look at the size of that one. Fabulous. A nice little baby one coming at the front again. And the technique is to twist and pull at the same time. all for today. Okay, we shall take this nice little bounty into the kitchen, pop them, cleanse them with a nice bowl of water, and we shall start our hummus recipe. Join me in the Wallflowers kitchen. Hi, so as you saw earlier, we picked the broad beans in the garden allotment, brought them back in. I shelled the broad bean pods, washed those through under water, then placed them in a pan, boiled them for 15 minutes, and then when they were done, skinned the individual beans and just took the outside case of the bean off, and put them in the juicer. Now I actually decided to use the juicer because other recipes that I have seen done in the food processor, the consistency of the hummus was quite chunky, whereas doing it in the juicer I've been able to get a more easily spreadable or dippable consistency that Brian actually likes. So after I boiled and skinned the broad beans, I placed them in the juicer. I realised I didn't really have as many broad beans as I thought I would have. I thought I'd have enough to do about 6 pots. So I decided to add a tin of chickpeas just to bulk it out, and basically to change the colour, because should I have just made this from the broad beans, it'd just be bright green. There wouldn't actually be the caramelly colour that we're familiar with hummus being. So as I say, I added the chickpeas, 2 tablespoons of oil, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and as you've seen in the previous video, I added a quarter of a jar of garlic capers, which is pickled wild garlic flower heads. And as you can see here, we managed to get 2.5 tubs, which is lovely. So Brian will have this one in the fridge, and these two will go in the freezer, ready for his lunch snacks when he returns to work. He can have one of these and some breadsticks and little bits that he likes for his lunch as he's driving along. Might not save us a lot of money, but it saved us money. There's no chemicals in it. There's no, you know, shelf life or anything like that. So I know it's good for him as well. So I'm hoping, as I've said before, to get another flush of the broad beans, and another couple of tubs will be fine. Next year I'll probably do a much bigger patch, because that's only half of one of my raised beds. It doesn't even fill that half to a capacity of a single bed. So I think next year either I'll do a full bed and put them a little bit closer to each other. I can't complain because none of those fell over. I did have some bamboo sticks in strategic places to keep them upright, but yeah, even pulling off the beans there today in the wet weather, I felt as if I was being, you know, a bit brutal, because they are really brittle, those stems, the broad beans, so you can easily just crush them or whatever. So as I say, I'm waiting to see if I get another flush, and then I shall make some more and freeze that for him. But yeah, thanks for joining me today. Please like, subscribe or share, and I'll see you shortly.